Good Friday afternoon, Roger Hill, VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook, VELCO Weather Hazards Forecaster. Big picture, looking at the heat down in the southern part of the U.S. We have this more of a moderated temperature, and we're seeing temperatures make a climb today as we finally get into some sunshine, and although that's also bringing in some of that smoke from the wildfires up in Canada and bringing us poor air quality. There are going to be some buildups along the ridge lines, but it looks like today we're not going to see any shower or thunderstorm activity. It does look like that business returns, mostly for the northwestern areas of Vermont. That'll happen tomorrow, Saturday afternoon, late in the day especially, and we could see one or two of the thunderstorms potentially become strong, maybe even locally severe. This is a potential, but looks like Saturday evening into the overnight period, we'll continue to see sort of an influx of shower and thunderstorm activity, and then more pop-up varieties. It looks like on Sunday, depending on how much sunshine we get. If it stays overcast, it may just be heavy rain and, let's put it this way, heavy showers and kind of dampen down convection. Looks like widely scattered shower and thunderstorm by the time we get into Tuesday, the 4th of July. And then finally we dry it out as an area of higher pressure will build in. And that could bring us an extended period of dry weather along with a warming trend. And we might be dealing with some warm to hot temperatures potentially just a little bit beyond the outlook period, which ends on Wednesday. Let's take a look at some of the computer modeling. We're looking at the European model here, and the grays are just indicated just moisture amounts and really just showing a little bit of extra moisture, but not precipitation. So no precipitation on this Friday indicated. And as we run the computer model, we can see that mainly the areas to the north and west of us here in the St. Lawrence Valley will be the area to watch during the afternoon hours on Saturday. That's going to work its way a little bit closer, and eventually very close to the Champlain Valley, and then work its way into the evening hours. And we could see some nocturnal thunderstorms. The good news, nocturnal thunderstorms have a tendency to produce temperature inversions and have a buffer, and typically are more or less elevated thunderstorm activity, but still you can encounter some strong thunderstorm activity with a lot of lightning and locally heavy rainfall. And it's that locally heavy rainfall is going to be the primary deal here with thunderstorm activity. You can see here comes a weather system in the eastern Great Lakes. This is valid into Sunday into Sunday night, Monday. And you can see there's some pretty good rainfall here, greater than a ½ inch moving across during Monday morning, and in the northern parts of the state Monday afternoon. That winds on down just a little bit more widely scattered in nature for shower and thunderstorm on Tuesday, and then eventually as we get into Wednesday, high pressure ridge finally builds in the region. We're looking at much drier conditions, although that's going to bring us a warming trend. And as we head into, it looks like Thursday and beyond, kind of dry weather, higher pressure is going to be ruling the roost for a change, and we're having a little bit more of a normalcy to what I'm seeing as we head into the especially mid and end of next week. Looking at the GFS plumes, the ensemble, we can see a little bit of a dry period today, and I would ignore this, but it does look like we're going to start to see an uptick with some pretty good wet weather as it develops basically late in the day Saturday night, and into the day on Sunday night into Monday, and so on and so forth. And then we start to see more of a daily heating and convection and whatnot by the time we hit the 4th. Beyond that, we should start to see some drier weather beyond the period. I wouldn't work with this currently. These are currently dew point temperatures, and what you can see here from the overnight period, we drop down. And it's a little bit lower, so a little bit taken off in terms of the humidity, but we start to slowly ramp that up. This is 65, that's 70, and we're getting into that sort of 65 mode. We were there much of last week, and we're going to be there again. Looking at the 850 millibar temperature trends, you can see a ramping up over time. And then also precipitable water peaks out, it looks like, at about 1.7. That's fairly high, and that's going to occur, it looks like, over Sunday into Monday. Now, putting CAPE over that, convective available potential energy, you can see a little bit of a dip here as we kind of dampen that down. That's going to be due to a lot of cloud cover, but thereafter it punches right back up. And then looking at the shear, The highest shear is going to be basically on Sunday, so we ramp that shear down as we head into the middle part of the week and beyond. This is a little bit more of a common weather pattern for this time of the year, and we're seeing the west drying out as they typically do. Most of the influx is from the Gulf of Mexico, and we can see some pretty good moisture trains through this particular region here with greater than 2-inch amounts in the purple. Quick look at the temperature anomalies. You can see that it's above normal across eastern Canada, most of northern Canada, and into down the west coast with that drier air returning. A little bit of a cooler trend in the Intermountain West, and it looks like the last of the coolest air over Virginia here. And that's going to be going by the wayside. Thus, the 5-day MOS outlook, meteorological output statistics for the next maximum temperatures for 5 days. We're going to be running about 3 degrees above normal, and about 3 days later, it picks up just a bit, about 3 to 6 degrees above normal. And finally, looking at the 51-member ensemble of the European, what you can see is that we do have another tropical disturbance that this is going to take a track toward the Leeward Islands, but then kind of fall apart. And that's about all she wrote. Typically this time of year, coming out of June into July, we don't find a whole lot of activity in the East Coast or up the East Coast or in the Gulf of Mexico. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.